So now that you have your car secure on jack stand, it's safe to go underneath the car and take off the drain bolt for the oil pan. So I just went ahead and cleaned off the bolt of any oil. If you have a new crush washer, make sure you go ahead and replace that. In my case, I do not have a new one. Now for this bolt, you just want to get it snug. Do not overdo it. If you do, you're going to end up either buying a new bolt or a new oil pan. So be careful with that. Now the oil filter on this car is kind of in a little bit of a weird place. So let's go ahead and get the passenger side or the right side of the car's wheel off. And this is going to be a 21 millimeter for the lug nuts. So right behind the wheel is a splash shield that we're going to have to get off the car in order to get access to the oil filter. And I'm just going to be using my panel tool to get these clips off. So you just try to get behind them and they pop right out just like that. So you have two right at the top right here. You have one more right here. And there's one more at the bottom. Don't know if that's picking out well on camera, but there is one right here. And there's one more, but you have to access it from more like underneath the car, so let's get that one. So this one right here is kind of covered in dirt and stuff, so it's a little bit tricky to see, but it is right here. And as you can see, the whole shield just falls right out after that, so just pull it off. And now that the cover is off, you can see we have great access to the oil filter. If the filter is on there tight, you're going to want to use some sort of a oil filter wrench. And this one is on tight. Okay. Now when you take this filter off, oil is gonna just basically land right on top of the subframe, and we don't want that because it's just gonna make a big mess. So what I like to do is grab a piece of cardboard like this, short one, and just kind of tuck it down here. Something like that. Basically, you're just gonna make a funnel. So you let the oil, work its way down this path, and then you would have your oil pan down here. So you can see how that's working. Okay, so I have the new oil filter right here, and I already pre-filled it with some oil, so make sure you put a little bit of oil inside of there and on the O-ring as well so it seals, and just go ahead and screw it on. Now for this, you don't want to use any tools to tighten it. Just get it as tight as you can with your hand, and that should be good enough. So now you could go ahead and put your splash shield back on. So now that you got everything buttoned up and you put your car back on the ground, you could get the oil cap off and get a funnel and start filling the engine up with the correct oil. So this car took about 4.5 quarts to fill up. And that's it, you're all done. So I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching.